Hello and welcome to the SootNSickle tutorial. Here we will hopefully explain enough that you can start playing the game with as minimal confusion as possible. We are starting level 1, and I've disabled enemies on level 1 so we can get through the basics of it. But please note, on level 1 you will be attacked quite a lot. So, we see a lot of things when the game first starts. We see a base in the middle, which we need to keep alive. We see mineral deposits around the map, which we use to increase this number of minerals up in the top corner. And we see a power field. Those of you who have played StarCraft, specifically the Protoss in StarCraft, will be familiar with the idea of power fields limiting where you're allowed to place buildings. In our game, it is very similar. So if I were to take this power supplier, which is close enough to a StarCraft pylon that I might mistake the two, we can see that it's currently not doing anything because it's not within the power field of our base. If I place a different power supplier within the field of the base, we can see the field starting to enter. If I connect the power suppliers, we see that they chain out and allow us to go explore more areas of the map. But back in our base, we are going to need to start defending. And our main defense comes from two types of turrets: ground turrets and air turrets. Now, these turrets function like most of our buildings, and they require people to operate. Each turret requires one person, and those people are pulled from the idle population number. So let's talk about population before we go too far away from that topic. Our population is measured threefold. We have the number of idle workers who are just sitting around, who are going to be distributed amongst the buildings who need workers. The total population, which is simply the number of total workers in our civilization. And we have the max number of workers. Of course, our total number of workers cannot go above the max. So, how do we get more workers? The main way is through an airfield. Now, we will slowly get workers through our base. We get about 5 workers every so often, and we'll see that pop up pretty soon. But in order to really start producing, we're going to need an airfield. Now, our airfield can max out at 15 workers, and we only had 8 to give it. It's going to function at a lower rate than if we had actually had all 15. But of course, we see that our base produced 5 more workers, and some of them went to our airfield. Our ship has arrived at the airfield, and we will soon see that the airfield gives us 15 people. But our population is going to hit the max, and it's going to stop at the max. So when the ship arrives, oops, we lost a lot of people because we didn't have the supplies to store them. That's where houses come in. Houses cost 8 minerals each and give you 10 max population. So I'm going to fill up on houses so we don't run into a problem, and when the next ship arrives, we're going to see 15 workers add to our population, no problem. Now that we have enough people to do what we want, we're going to need minerals because we're at 140 and that's pretty low. So we're going to build an extractor, and at 25 minerals per extractor, we're going to make a lot of money off these patches of minerals. Extractors are placed right on top of the patches of minerals. They require 10 workers each, and they're going to pull from the minerals underneath them until the minerals are gone. This is our main form of economy, and you're going to need to build these and expand your base in order to get the most minerals. Now, the last building here interacts with the upgrade number, and that's a factory. I'm going to build a couple of factories because we're going to need jobs for these people who are coming in. When a supply comes in, we see the people are going to get evenly distributed amongst our buildings, and they're going to start producing upgrade points. To upgrade a building, you're going to click the up arrow button in the side here, and you can select any of our buildings to upgrade. I'm going to choose to upgrade this turret. Okay, we see a number appeared on the side of the turret representing its level. We see its health bar got bigger. Every upgrade increases the turret by 20% health. It also heals the turret, and on some buildings allows the building to produce more. For example, mines will produce faster and airfields will produce faster. Houses will also produce an extra 10 max population per upgrade. But something dangerous just happened, and that was the level 2 pop-up. We see the level timer has reset, and we're going to start seeing enemies, so it's time to start building more turrets. Unfortunately, we don't have any idle workers. All of our workers were currently piled into our factories. Now, there is a way to disable a building without just selling it. The sell button is the $, and the lightning bolt is our disable button. When you disable a factory, all of the workers are going to leave it, and you see that they've joined our idle population. This means we have 68 dudes, and those dudes are going to help us build turrets. In order to keep our economy going, though, I'm going to start mining, and we're going to start seeing some baddies approach. So I'm going to build more ground and air turrets in hopes that we do not get wrecked. Now, okay, you can see in the corner here you can't place buildings when they might overlap. And in order to get a better range, we're going to keep building turrets. Now, if I look up here, we should start to see, yep, there's the swarms, and they'll be coming around here soon. This is a little bit of development insight in knowing in which direction they'll come. And we have some upgrades, so I'm going to take the time to spend the upgrades on some of these first turrets they're going to encounter. Here we see the bats come in, and our ground turrets have been able to take care of them. And we're going to see larger and larger waves come in. Hopefully we'll be able to deal with them. But I'm going to leave a lot of that to you when you're playing the game. Hopefully you enjoy Soot and Sickle, and hopefully this was enough of a demo to get you through level 3. I hope you enjoy the game, and I'm glad to see you playing it.